Hello, I'm going to create a website in Frog, and this is a tutorial on how to do it. I'm going to create a website for the PE department because I've promised Nikki Woodruff, who's taking over academic PE, that I would do this because I can't afford to sponsor her for her 6-week extravaganza to some Arctic place with some amputee soldiers. What am I doing? I go into the sport area, and because I don't have a private area here, I'm going to actually use Nikki's area. She's already done something for the CCF. What I'm going to do is create a new folder, and I'm going to call it, what am I going to call it? PE website, like so. All the work I do, I'm going to do inside this folder, so I know where it's contained, and I can manage it in here. Now I'm going to have to do several different elements. One is to create the blank pages for all the different areas that are required in the website. Then I'm going to have to create a menu, and then I'm going to have to create a home page where that menu is going to live. Now the order that I do that in is quite important. So I'm going to check out, make sure that I get that right. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create another folder inside here, and that folder is going to be called Pages. So here is our Pages folder. Inside here I'm simply going to create new pages for, I'm just going to create 3 simple pages like so, and one is going to be called Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, and Key Stage 5. You can add more pages to this later, but that's just what I'm going to do for now. Go back up here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create the home page. I'm going to create the menu. So I click on New and Menu, and you can see this is how the whole menu tool works. So first of all, I'm going to call this PE, and that's it. If I click off, you'll see that changes to PE. I'm now going to add a sub-menu item. This item is simply going to be called Key Stage 3. Click on OK. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, not click on OK, but just click off, and then again, whilst clicked on the top level of the menu, not on Key Stage 3, but clicked on the top level, I'm going to add another sub-menu. Click on it, and do Key Stage 4, and click off, and then click back onto the top level, add a new sub-menu, and this is going to be called Key Stage 5. So you can see I've just developed a simple structure there, and I'm going to click on OK. So the menu now does nothing except it has those different elements to it. You can't, if you double click the menu, it will just open in edit format automatically because it doesn't display. So what I'm going to do now is create a page in which to put that menu. So I'm going to click on New Web Page, and because this web page is the template, I'm going to leave it at this top level. So I'm going to call it PE Menu Template, like so, and click on OK. So now that page has been created, I'm just going to edit that document and put some content into it. So I need to go and find some content first. I'll be back in a moment. So now I have to decide on a way that I'm going to lay the website out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a go at pulling in the 3-column structure like this, and then I'm going to put text and pictures in here, and I'm going to put text and pictures in here, and indeed text and pictures in here. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put a heading brick inside this one here. So let's go and do the heading brick. So you can see the heading brick is like that, and then I'm just going to go and get some pictures and put them in here. So I'm going to go and work inside the same folder to put up the images. And so I go down to sport. What I might do we have images for sport? No, we don't, so I'll just put them in here, and inside PE website. And ideally I'd like a new folder called images in here, but I'll do that later. So I'm going to browse, and I just nicked some pictures of for the school website to put in here, and so I'm just going to browse and upload those like so. And then I think what we'll do is we'll have that one on the left and that one on the right. So I click on OK and put this one in here and click on OK, and you can see that's quite huge, too big really. So you have choices here of what you might want to do. So if I go and double click, I can go and shrink this image like so. You can see I've distorted it there, and now I've kind of lost my way with it. So I'm going to cancel that completely, and I'm actually going to go and delete that brick, and I'm going to go and do it again and show you a better way of putting images in. So if I double click that, up you come, and I go and put the image in like so, and then that's the rugby picture. And what I'm going to do is, rather than double click it and put it in, I'm going to resize it. You can see here there's a percentage, and the aspect ratio is locked, so I'm just going to put it down to say 50%, so it's just that size like that, and then I'm going to save as resize 1, and so it's actually creating a new file, and then I'm going to select that file and put that one in like so. I'm going to center align it just so it behaves itself in the box like so, and then I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm hoping that that this picture and the netball picture are the same proportions, because that's going to make the site much easier. Again, save as, it gives me that one on the end. That's a new file, and netball with 1, and click on OK. Center that again so it behaves in the same way as the other side, and click on OK. I don't like the fact that I kind of want, did that wrong. I'm going to put a space bar in the top here. If I double click that blank space, it says number of pixels lines. So the number of pixels I want, we'll say, is going to be 50, just kind of guessing. Click on OK, and that's gone a little bit too high, but actually I quite like the fact that it's sat at the bottom there. I prefer that to how it was. So if you preview that, you can see that's how the PE department page is going to look. So that's the end of that part of my content. What I'm going to do now is I have to put the menu structure underneath here. So because this is a template, on every page it's going to have the menu, you see. So what I'm going to do is click on structure, and in structure you have to go to this little arrow. It's a little bit deceptive, but the arrow here, you have to remember that that's there, and I'm going to use this pull down menu. And I don't really want to pull down menus. It's going to create automatic drop down boxes, but I don't want it to do that. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I just want a bar of the 3 options that we have at the moment. So if I have this horizontal bar, which is fantastic, then I have the menu name here. I have to go and click on this browse button and find the menu that I created a little while ago. So down to sport, into NW, PE website, and there is the menu there. Just double click it or click on OK once it's selected. Now we have different options, so I'm going to show you. You can see this is what the menu is going to look like. So I'm going to click on some different options here, and you have this back and next affair, the same color as the background. Menu alignment at the moment is left, and I want it centered so it sits in the middle like that, which is all good. And then I'm just going to leave these as they are so you can see what it looks like, and then we will come back and edit them. So you can see that's all it is, those 3 little buttons there. So I'm going to double click this and work out how to make this look something like what I want it to. So first of all, I'm going to work on the same just humble, boring grey theme that I've done. And so I'm going to work in 2 shades of grey like that. This is the background colour for the menu. Again, you can see what's going on here. And then the text colour, when it's like that, I want to be a sort of dark shade of grey. Let's just try that one, like so. And then when it's highlighted, I want it to be white, because it's on the contrasting darker background like that. Now, the padding has a width and a height of 2, so I want to change that height. I'm going to change that to 25. I'm not really sure what this is going to do. Let's click out of that box. There we go. It makes that nice and broad. And the width is 10 at the moment, so I'm going to change that up to 100. Click out of that box, and it shows you that the menu is going to sort of sit with them more separated, which I quite like. The font at the moment is extra small, so I want it to be extra large. So that's quite nice, yeah. And you can see that that's how the menu is going to behave. We might want to put a little bit of colour in there. What I will do is, let me think. No, I'm going to leave it like that. And click on next. These are the sub-menus, and because the legacy is clicked, sub-menus inherit menu bar properties. Okay, so because that does that, then you have the thing, and you set that on the first page, I think, which is their legacy mode. So you can see I'm just messing about with these options, try and make them into something sensible that makes sense. If we had the sub-menu, which we don't at the moment, which means you have like something under Key Stage 3 with a drop down, I'll show you how that works later. We'll click on OK. So here we have our different sections for the PU department, and this is what it's going to look like. And then I publish and exit. So that template is now set. What I have to do is add pages into it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go and put this menu into the pages via this template area that I created. So I click into the pages, let's deal with Key Stage 3 first. And this is quite simply using this brick called the nested page or user component. So I drag this into the top, double click it, browse, find my template. And there's the template there, double click that, and it goes in, and I click on OK. And that now sits at the top of the page. This is where the content for Key Stage 3 is going to go. So I'm going to double click this, and I'm going to type in content goes here. I'm also going to put in, because the web works under graphics much better with, you know, with pictures and such like, I'm going to find, I just downloaded a picture here, just a Simpsons GIF, and click on OK, center it like so, and click on OK. It's just a little picture to show that this is under construction, and then I publish and exit. Now I'm going to go and do the same for Key Stage 4, so this is just going to repeat what I just did, which will reinforce whatever it is that's going on here. So double click, I go and find exactly the same affair, and department draft files, and then where was it, sport, and WP website, page template, click on OK, and then I do the same thing as I drag this down here, and double click to add the content. I've got Key Stage 4 content just to differentiate the page, and I'm going to put the same working image under construction in and center that. Click on OK. That's just distinguish one from the other. Now, it's quite annoying having to go and repeat that work. So what I'm going to do instead, this Key Stage 5 page is just a blank page, so I'm actually going to go and delete it. And what I'm going to do instead is quite simply take the Key Stage 4 page, create a copy of it in the same place, click on OK, there's the copy, and then I'm going to go and edit that document. You can see it already looks like this. Page settings, properties, delete the name, Key Stage 5, click on OK, edit this brick here and just change that to Key Stage 5 and click on OK. So when before you start creating your content, this is a nice way to be able to do that. So, and then I publish and exit. Now in theory, what should happen is when I click on that, I go to key stage 3, it takes me to this page. Key stage 4 takes me to this page, but they're not taking me anywhere at the moment. You can see it's staying the same. So I need to activate my menu. So I go up to the menu. Here is the menu here. I need to make it actually click onto the places that I want it to go to. So in key stage 3, I'm going to link and go to shortcuts, senior subject drafts, down to sport, and find that, find those pages, find the key stage 3 page, and it now links there. Key stage 4, I'm going to link and do the same process, lots of clicking. And then key stage 5, the same affair. That's it. So now when I go into the web page, I go into key stage 3, and that's key stage 3, it links to this page, that links to the key stage 4 content, and that, as you can see, links to the key stage 5 content. The top of the page always looks the same. If you wanted to go and change the way this presented, for example, so we could have the heading color, it could be in the grey, and background, sorry, no, that's the one I want. The heading color, background color in the grey. So let's change that back to white. And the font, can we do the font color? Oh no, that is the font color. Let's leave that on white and click on OK. So you can change that, and that will change for every single area in the website. If I double click the 3 columns and I change the border color to the same grey, and I go and change the colour of each column to the same grey. So there are lots and lots of different ways to do different things, and you have to work out what it is that you want. Click on OK, and you can see that that looks like that, and we preview it, and it still looks a little bit chocky, so it might be best not to do that. But we could probably go and edit that should we want to. In somewhere, so there'll be some padding between the columns. There you go. So we do the margin and put it to 0, space between columns 0, and then all the white stuff will disappear, I hope. Let's preview it. Yeah, see, that just becomes a block of grey at the top, looking like that. Okay, so that's the idea. So what we've done is created a very simple website with a menu structure where you can click on the pages and click on the menu, and the content changes each time. That's it.